Aloha everybody and welcome to part 14 of my playthrough of Sonic Colors. We're still going through the DS version of Aquarium Park. Last time we saw Big the Cat, and this time we're seeing, oh my god, it's Amy Rose. Amy? Finally? Do you know how hard it is to find a guy who never stops running? Although that's part of your charm, I suppose. And I guess part of your charm, Amy, is that you do the same thing in every single video game ever. You show up and you want to chase Sonic and you just want to marry him and... I mean, it never gets old! Your character has been so brilliantly written in every single video game. It's amazing! Hey Sonic, you remember back in 2010 when I did a playthrough of Sonic CD for YouTube? You were there! Surely some people watching this video were there. We got through Stardust Speedway. At first we lost to Metal Sonic in a very bullshit close end, you know. But then we beat Metal Sonic, and there was Amy Rose tied to that pole, and you couldn't finish the level unless you saved her. So we saved her. And you know what I told you, Sonic the Hedgehog? You know what I told you? I told you that you were going to regret that decision for the rest of your life. I told you that Amy Rose was never going to leave you alone, ever. For as long as you live, till the day you die, Sonic the Hedgehog, she will always be chasing you, and chasing you, and chasing you, and chasing you, and it will never end! Okay? I'm just saying, I've played so many Sonic games now, and Amy's still the same character, doing the same shtick! I'm going nuts! I mean, if there's anything I can compliment about Sonic Boom, the TV series, the other continuity of Sonic, is that they did Amy Rose right, you know? They didn't make her an obsessed fangirl who wants to marry Sonic all the damn time. She has her own personality and her own stories and her own quirks, and she can make fun of Sonic and rag on the boys, and there's more to her character in Sonic Boom, you know? But in the video games, Sonic Team, you're so fucking one note. I mean, my god. What happened to the Amy Rose from Sonic Adventure who had a character? I mean, my god, even Amy Rose in Sonic Shuffle, at the very beginning of that game, they fall into the Void Dimension, and she's like, who cares about Sonic? Look at my clothes! Ah! You know? Where's that Amy Rose? I miss Valley Girl Amy Rose very much. Jennifer Dooleyard was the best Amy Rose voice, is basically what I'm saying. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, Mission 2 was just playing through Act 2 again, but collecting time capsules along the way to extend your time limit. So we've seen that, we've done that. Yeah. Not much new to say about that particular mission, but either way. I'm sorry about going off on Amy Rose. I generally like her character. It's just, they gotta give her something to do, man. They gotta give her something to do. Froggy, where are you? I know you're worried, Big, but you're supposed to be helping me find... Ah, Sonic, there you are! God damn it! I just told you, you need to have something to do, Amy! You're doing it again! You're doing it again! Oh my god! Froggy needs to be found! Big needs to find Froggy! Focus on that! Help Big out! Stop being this one-note character! I mean, my god! Oh, by the way, interesting thing about this game, even if you S-rank the missions, you know, Big never finds Froggy. He's looking for him, but he never finds him. So, I don't know what to tell you. But either way, Mission 3 is probably my favorite of the Aquarium Park missions because you have to collect 200 rings, and a lot of the stage has been redesigned to have bottomless pits and air rings and lots of diamonds to use your laser wisp. And there's actually a really nice flow to it all, and it's all bottomless pit and stuff, you know. It's interesting platforming, and I like guiding Sonic towards the rings, and there's a nice rhythm to it, especially when you're trying to go for the S rank and you're trying to beat that stage really, really quickly. So, that's a pretty fun mission, if I do say so myself. And that has been Amy Rose and Big the Cat, ladies and gentlemen. We won't see them again. Big will never find Froggy. Sucks to be him. I guess. Sucks to be him. But that's it for the missions, that's it for the DS levels. Now it's time to move on to the bosses and end Aquarium Park.
Yar, mateys! Experience the oddest denizens of the seven seas in Captain Eggman's amazing underwater aquarium! This is really embarrassing.
Man, running past all those fish put me in the mood for sushi. I doubt Eggman had the decency to put a good sushi joint in this park.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, try the newest dining experience here at Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park, the bucket of sushi. Now with fish.
Ugh, like I was saying. Hey, did somebody here order a clobbering? Are you sure? It says somebody ordered an extra-large clobbering topped with everything. Okay. Tell you what, I can't take this thing back, so I'll give you an extra-large clobbering for nothing. Hope you're hungry.
Sonic, the robots don't talk back. We established this back in Sweet Mountain. We established this back in Planet Wisp. The robots don't talk back. We get it! We get it! Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking on the DS version first, and what happens is, you're on this teeter-totter, and you're always underwater, by the way. So, like, there's this little middle contraption which sort of looks like a Metul helmet from the Mega Man series, and when you jump into it, an air bubble will come out, so anytime you start hearing the countdown, every time you start hearing the drowning music kick in, you want to hit that helmet to get some air. But, you can use the teeter-totter to stomp and ricochet the enemies into the sailor guy, but you also want to boost into these enemies, because then you'll get a laser ability, and as soon as the guy dips down, you can actually laser him and go back and forth into him like once or twice to really drain his health super quickly. So I teeter-totter to bounce this guy into him, he falls over. Now that I have a laser wisp, I'm going to activate it and bounce, go back, bounce again. That works almost 100% of the time I try that, by the way. And, boom, that's it for him. I believe if you go off the sides, there is a spring that will put you back on the teeter-totter. I don't believe you'll fall into a bottomless pit, so you don't have to worry about that too much. But, you know, bounce the enemies back into him with the teeter-totter, laser wisp into him, and that's pretty much how you take out the sailor. In the Wii version, though, we are underwater in his submarine area, and we can't get the sailor to show up until we activate the switch. And how you activate the switch is by guiding the missiles to the capsule. I'll talk about that stuff again when we come back to it. But, one of the orbs I shattered along the way got me a drill wisp, and because we're underwater, you can use the drill wisp to drive around, destroy some chompers, badniks, destroy some little mini guys, I guess. Get some color bonus, and you want to aim for where the Eggman icon is, because the sailor guy is swimming around, and you can kill him, you can destroy a cycle with one hit if you hit him, but sometimes he moves around pretty damn quickly so that he'll actually get away from you a lot, and it's not easy to catch him. But either way, you have to flip the switch in order to make the submarine go down so that the sailor will show up at all. But the difference is, from this compared to Sweet Mountain, the switch isn't just available to you, right? So, like, you see these missiles that are going up? Like, they're blocking the homing missiles that are aiming for Sonic, and I need the homing missiles to shatter the glass container, because Sonic can't do anything to that glass container. Hang around where some air bubbles are, because you're underwater and you'll lose breath eventually, but I need to make sure that the missiles come to this glass container so that they can shatter it so I can flip the switch. And obviously they're not coming at me because the missiles keep blocking their way, like the white missiles. So here I am, hovering. Go. Booyah! I just guided it just right to hit that container so I could hit the switch and make the submarine go down. And again, I got a drill wisp container, so you want to try hitting the sailor guy. Because Sonic can infinitely jump in water, you can also reach the sailor guy just by jumping into him. You can't really do a homing attack underwater, so that's pretty much your only course of action. He doesn't tend to go to the ground ever, so you're just going to be like jumping over to him a lot, you know? But here I am, trying to hit him because my drill wisp wore off. And I have to hit him 3 times because my drill wisp wore off. You can stomp when he's underneath you, and that's pretty much it. Booyah! Just like Sweet Mountain, the little mini guys, they won't hurt you. I don't believe they can. You can bounce into them, you can get like boost energy from them, although you're not going to really need it, not really when you're underwater, because he doesn't really go to the ground ever. I mean, you can use it to like get from one side of the room to the other real quick, I suppose, but yeah, Drill Wisp will take him out in one cycle, and if you don't use the Drill Wisp, then you'll have to hit him 3 times, but otherwise... The only hard part is guiding the missiles to the submarine container and making sure you can hit the switch, but pretty similar to the Sweet Mountain boss, very similar indeed, and that's it for Aquarium Park, ladies and gentlemen. We're done. Out of the water. Thank God.
Great job, Sonic.
You know me. I aim to please.
Well, I'm totally pleased, and a little nauseous. I grabbed a bite at the bucket of sushi.
What's the verdict?
His cruelty knows no bounds.
You just don't have any fine taste, Tails. The bucket of sushi is fantastic. Believe me, I've had it. Don't ask me how I got it, I've had it. It's fantastic. Either way, that joke sucks too. Ladies and gentlemen, we have cleared 5 of the zones. We have the 6th zone left. 1 more chain to break before all of the planets that Eggman has captured are free. So now we're heading off to Asteroid Coaster.
Next stop, the Asteroid Coaster. Zoom along through and sometimes into space debris. Then lose your lunch in 0G.
I don't want to play Zero Gravity again. Either way, this theme song kicks so much ass. I've already mentioned that you should absolutely stay in the stage maps for like 2 minutes because the maps go on very long and they're awesome tunes all by themselves. I actually like the Asteroid Coaster map theme better than the main theme that plays in Asteroid Coaster. This map theme is so badass and awesome. I love listening to this song. It's so good. Just the way the guitars are playing.
Please note, any mutant powers gained from riding the attractions here at the park are the express property of Eggman Industries and must be used in the service of Eggman and his schemes.
Alrighty folks, so now it's time for Asteroid Coaster. Right off the bat we got an interesting gimmick where you're riding a roller coaster. And that's not a problem, right? This is super fun! We're going through outer space, we're dodging these weird, mutant, toxic volcano things. I don't know what they're leaking. Radiation? Crazy mutant juice? I don't know. But if you look, that coaster is going into a bottomless pit, so you have to jump into that rainbow ring, which means you can jump out of the coaster. Whenever you're in the coaster, just push the jump button. You'll go up. You don't have to worry about flying off the side or going in any other direction. Just jump and Sonic will go up. This is also the first level where we would be introduced to the Frenzy Wisp. You have to play through Asteroid Coaster 1 in order to unlock it. But as I said before, I unlocked them all the way back in part 1 or so, just so I could get all the red rings. So we've seen plenty of the Frenzy Wisp already. It's alright to control in 2D, but the Frenzy Wisp is really awkward to control in 3D because sometimes he goes so fast, but he doesn't have good diagonal movement, just like Sonic regular in 3D. But, you know, sometimes it's hard to guide him where you want him to go, especially when he's constantly moving forward and constantly going in directions you don't want him to go. I found sometimes I would run into capsules I didn't want to touch when I would do these kinds of levels, so, you know. Either way, Asteroid Coaster is fantastic. I guess you could consider it the last level you should play, although technically you can play it before Planet Wisp, you can play it before Aquarium Park, but not the DS version, interestingly. In the DS version, after you clear Sweet Mountain and Tropical Resort, you unlock Planet Wisp, you unlock Aquarium Park, but you don't unlock Asteroid Coaster. That's actually saved for last. So in the DS version, it is absolutely the last zone, and in the Wii version, you're allowed to play it before Planet Wisp and Aquarium Park, which is kind of interesting. But it's definitely the hardest zone in the game, if I do say so myself. Especially when you get to some of the later Act 4, Act 5s, where you need to be very specific, where with the zero gravity movement and the crushers and all the other stuff that this level tends to throw at you. Because just like Death Egg Zone and all kinds of last levels in Sonic, I'm upside down! Now I'm right side up. The gravity will just change at a certain point. Like, as soon as you reach a certain part, gravity will just reverse, and then Sonic will find himself upside down, and you'll have to get used to that, just like you did in Death Egg Zone and stuff, that when you jump, you're actually going down, not up. So, you know, a lot of anti-gravity stuff going on in Asteroid Coaster. You gotta homing attack these chunks of asteroids, because if you don't, you're just gonna fall into the pit! Unless I boost onto a Saturn ring. This isn't Saturn, but it looks like Saturn, you know. And, just don't fall in the bottomless pit. Homing attack the rocks that you need to homing attack. This is what I was talking about, where the 3D movement is so awkward. I know exactly where I have to go, but I missed it completely. So I have to loop all the way around this ring all over again. Now I'm back where I was. And I'm here so I can get the final red ring of this stage. And woo! Just fly into the goal ring like that. Asteroid Coaster is pretty great. I like this level a lot. It's definitely the most challenging zone in the game. And it's going to be fantastic. Stay tuned for part 15 where we go through the rest of it. Till then.